I'm back after a bit of a break from working on other things, and I was able to go down to Melbourne for the meetup, which was fun, so sorry for the wait. But not too long ago we reached 20,000 subscribers, and since I haven't done a giveaway before, I thought this would be a perfect time to do one and just thank everyone for their kind and continued support, and I'll explain it towards the end of the video. To fill up this video, what I'm going to do is just show what I go through to get these videos out. Okay, so how it all starts is that I'll get an email from someone from a company asking to do a review of a product or something. Sadly, I do have to pick and choose sometimes because it just isn't possible to do all of them, but the rejected ones are usually many of the budget boards, which are just copies of each other, so no real harm there. So after I receive it, it joins a group of other keyboards waiting to be done. I try to not let it get out of hand, and at most there might be 10 waiting, meaning that it can potentially take months to get a keyboard video out. For testing, it differs between keyboards. For some you just know what it's all about, so they won't get as much testing time, but for the others it's on and off testing, which can go from a week to a couple of weeks. I do it on and off so I get to try all the keyboards within a reasonable time frame. During the testing, I start compiling notes and writing my script. After doing this for a while, it's kinda easy to go through the same kind of structure and recognize some areas that need pointing out. And then I go to film, so I pack everything back together as best as I can. Sometimes I do lose things, which is annoying, but I do mention it in the videos. Most of my filming is done between these two small clean spaces on my workbenches, but I also do a lot of work on there, so I have to clean up for the videos every time. I've always liked the casual feel and look of filming here with all the mess around, and I for one find it pretty relaxing and casual. And then sometimes I film in other places around the workshop, with some just out the back for a bit of variation, and then the rest at my computer. The camera I'm using is just the Canon 600D, which I've had for years, and half of the shots are just with the 18 to 55mm kit lens, and then the rest with this cheap 50mm prime lens. So nothing special at all, but I do hope to upgrade someday. After the first filming session, I finalize the script and record the audio. I just go through it in one big go and then adjust the audio on Adobe Audition, and then I cut it up in Premiere Pro, which is the video editing software I use. And then I just go ahead and edit as much as possible, but there's always about 25% of the audio where I don't have any video for it, so then I have to film all those shots in the following shoot. The final thing I usually shoot is the sound test. I try to keep it somewhat standard. Sound tests are just there to give the viewer an idea of how the keyboard sounds. Every little thing can change how a keyboard sounds. The case, plate, keycaps all come into play, but also the surface you're typing on, so I've tried to do it in the same place with the same conditions. And I always get questions about the green thing that I put on my microphone. It's just a candle, and all it's doing is stopping it from falling over, and I also use it to lean the keyboards on, so it's legitimately important to my setup. Then all those shots get put in, then I do all the annotations and music and stuff, and finally after all the main work is done, I export in 1080p with quite a low bitrate actually, because when I go to YouTube to upload, my 1GB files usually take like 3 hours to upload. And that's pretty much it. I'd say for a pretty standard review, depending on the keyboard, there can be a week to several weeks of on and off use, and during that period I'll compile a script. Then there will be 2 to 3 video shooting sessions, which are on different days, with again 2 to 3 days of editing. So it does take a bit of time, but it's not an excessive amount like how some people test their keyboards for much longer, but it's a compromise that I have to make. Alright, so now to the giveaway. I'm gonna do it through Gleam.io to make it easier for me, and all you have to do is be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. If you're already a subscriber, you can just go through to the link and it'll work everything out. There won't be any extra entries for other stuff like liking the Facebook page or following me on Instagram, so it makes it fair for everyone on YouTube, but I'd love for any support on those platforms as well. This is worldwide, so anyone can enter. Just don't make a heap of accounts because I will reject your entries. I'll give away 2 keyboards. First prize will be this iKBC C104 provided by mwave.com.au, but I'll give the case a bit of a paint job to match the channel color scheme. It has Cherry MX browns and is a real solid board for the price, much like the other iKBC keyboards. And the second prize will be this Drevo tire thing, which is a simple budget board. It looks pretty nice and comes with Ultimate red key switches. Whenever the next giveaway is, I'll try to prepare a bit better with some cooler stuff. And as for all my other keyboards, I have given a few away, but most are needed for reference. I'll let this run until the 16th of this month, which is a Saturday, so everyone gets a chance. I'll comment back on this video with the winners and pin that. And as always with giveaways, unfortunately not everyone can be a winner, so yeah, my apologies. And that's pretty much it. I hope to do much more and vary it up a bit with some more builds and custom stuff, but just a huge thanks to everyone for their kind and continued support.